This module delves into the various tools, techniques, and instruments used in educational assessment across cognitive, affective, and psychomotor domains. It provides a deep comparative analysis of both traditional and contemporary assessment tools, outlining their design, strengths, weaknesses, and suitable context for application. This module aims to equip educators with the technical competence and pedagogical literacy needed to select or design the most appropriate tools for assessing diverse learning objectives and individual profiles. Definition of assessment tools and techniques. Assessment tools refer to the actual instruments used to collect data on learner achievement, performance, or behavior. Techniques are the procedures or methods used to administer or implement these tools. Together, they form the framework through which educational judgments are made. Classification of assessment tools. Assessment tools may be classified based on nature of response, objective versus subjective, learning domain, cognitive, affective, psychomotor, administration mode, oral, written, practical, format, formal versus informal, cognitive domain, tools and techniques. A. Objective tests. These include multiple choice questions, MCQs, true or false matching, type fill in the blank advantages, easy to score, high reliability coverage of broad content limitations, limited in assessing higher order thinking, susceptible to guessing. B. Subjective tests. These include essay questions, restricted extended response, open-ended prompts. Advantages. Evaluates deep understanding, synthesis, evaluation, encourages creative and critical thinking. Limitations. Time-consuming to score. Subjective. Prone to scorer bias unless rubrics are used. C. Oral tests and interviews. Can assess reasoning, fluency, comprehension. Require skilled assessors and consistent criteria. D. Diagnostic tests. Designed to uncover specific learning deficiencies, often non-graded. Used for remedial planning. Affective domain tools and techniques. A. Rating scales. Numerical rating scale, e.g., 1 to 5 or 1 to 10. Likert scales. Strongly agree, strongly disagree. Semantic differential scales. Happy, sad, fair, unfair. Used to assess attitudes, values, interest, and motivation. B. Anecdotal records. Narrative, informal notes by teachers documenting individual behavior. Provide context-rich descriptions, not quantitative data. C. Checklists, binary options, yes, no, present, absent, quick, objective, and good for observing specific behaviors. D. Sociometric techniques used to study group dynamics, peer relationships, popularity, e.g., asking, who would you like to work with on a group project? E. Self-reports and attitudinal inventories. Individuals reflect on their own beliefs or emotional states. Caution. Responses may be affected by social desirability bias. A. Rating scales. Numerical rating scale. For example, 1 to 5 or 1 to 10. Likert scales. Strongly agree to strongly disagree. Semantic differential scales. Happy, sad, fair, unfair. Used to assess attitudes, values, interest, and motivation. B. Anecdotal records. Narrative. Informal notes by teachers documenting individual behavior. Provide context-rich descriptions, not quantitative data. C. Checklists. Binary options. Yes, no, present, absent. Quick, objective, and good for observing specific behaviors. D. Sociometric techniques used to study group dynamics, peer relationships, Popularity, e.g., asking who would you like to work with on a group project? E. Self-reports and attitudinal inventories. Individuals reflect on their own beliefs or emotional states. Caution, responses may be affected by social desirability bias. Psychomotor domain tools and techniques. A. Performance tests. Assess the ability to perform a physical task, e.g., dance, sports, lab experiment. Usually assessed with rubrics or observation scales. B. Skill demonstrations. Individuals show mastery through practical execution. Example: drawing a diagram, using lab apparatus, typing speed C. Portfolios. A purposeful collection of learner work over time. Allows evaluation of process and product D. Observation schedules. Structured tools for tracking motor skills performance. Include criteria like coordination, timing, accuracy. Modern and alternative assessment tools. A. Rubrics. A scoring guide with defined performance levels, e.g., excellent, good, fair, poor. Increased transparency and consistency. B. Digital assessment platforms. Google Forms, Kahoot, Moodle, Edmodo, Canvas, Classmarker, etc. Useful for real-time feedback, automated grading, and adaptive testing. CE portfolios. Digital version of a traditional portfolio may include videos, infographics, audio, digital artwork. D. Game-based and simulation tools, especially used in vocational education, health sciences, and STEM, e.g., virtual labs, VR practice environments. Designing and selecting effective tools. When choosing or designing an assessment tool, consider alignment with learning outcomes, domain of learning being assessed, age and cognitive level of learners, time and resource availability, reliability and validity of the tool, scoring method, automated, manual, rubrics, etc., cultural and linguistic appropriateness, inclusivity and accessibility. Challenges in using assessment tools. Over-reliance on objective formats reduces depth of understanding. Inconsistent use of rubrics for essays or performance tasks. Teacher subjectivity in rating affective behaviors. Inadequate training in digital platforms. Technological limitations in low-resource contexts. Cultural bias in attitudinal instruments. Best practices for effective use. Use a combination of tools for triangulation. Provide students with scoring rubrics ahead of assessment. Train teachers in effective observation and rating. Validate tools periodically for accuracy. Ensure feedback mechanisms are integrated. Use secure, standardized protocols for administration. By the end of this module, you will be able to identify and describe the major tools and techniques of assessment across domains. Select appropriate tools based on instructional goals and learner characteristics. Differentiate between cognitive, affective, and psychomotor assessment tools. Analyze the strengths and weaknesses of both traditional and digital tools. Apply principles of validity, fairness, and reliability in the design of assessment tools.